It's Week 9 of the National Football League, and we've got the Dragons leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. The action is only moments away on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has come to East Asia in the bustling metropolis that is Tokyo, Japan. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Here's Jennings on the toss. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. And his kick is good. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there. And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback. Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning. He's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 9 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown. And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game. Lopez now, operating from the gun. throw is going to be incomplete. When you look at this defense, against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
it's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That 14-yard play, and it keeps this drive moving. Again, he'll drop to throw. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Off play action. Lopez. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling the quarterback.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive, then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. And on now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24.
13 yards the tally on the return there.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Steamers offense led by their wide receiver headed out for their 2nd possession. And he's very much alive in the race for most receiving yards by a wideout this year. Currently ranked 2nd in the NFL at this point in the season.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They'll look to throw.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, they're trying to throw.
That's caught by Tucker.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
You look at this defense. They enter this one down to the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a third down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw is Lopez from the gun on third down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down just inside the 10, back at the 9. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at the 43. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They go screen play with Jennings. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Throw right side here going to be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Tokyo set to go on offense once again. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. Fighting down past the 45. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. He'll get the carry. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Lopez escapes the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So they bring out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. A big kick that time, 52 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Portland's offense now about set to take over. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2nd and 6.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Now it's Jennings. But he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run again with Jennings. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Here's Jennings. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their 1st, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This is taken at the 23. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Tokyo offense heads back out there now.
So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
2nd down and 8.
Back to throw again. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
This offense back to work now late in this first half. And you wonder if they'll just take this 3-0 lead to the locker room.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll set up a throw. Able to shake him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago, where you see the final score there. The Pioneers with a good performance there, and it leads to their 4th victory on the year. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. If you missed the first half, there's not much to get you caught up on. Just the lone field goal accounting for the entirety of the scoring. A 3-0 game to this point, as both defenses have been strong so far.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they're on the losing end of things here. What do they need to do if they're going to turn things around, CD?
Partner, it's awfully close to being a must drive here, I think, for them, because I think a touchdown here in this opening drive is something they absolutely have to have. They only managed 3 points in the first half. They know that's not going to get it done. So without adding pressure to them, they already know the stakes. They need a touchdown here to get things started.
Here's 2nd and 8. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
And that nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down.
They'll look to throw again.
He'll find his man. That's the rookie from Notre Dame.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now a toss here, short side. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
And they bring their punter out there now. He's been terrific so far. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe making a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Jennings. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 47-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Well, it'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. "47-yard punt, a return of 4.
The Tokyo offense heads back out there now.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now a handoff looking right. Just a yard on the pickup there. They will bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Touchdown! A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Dragons have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
They're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. This is James. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
65 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard with the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And on now is the punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. This is taken around the 12. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Tokyo set to go on offense once again.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Lopez. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now here on EA Sports. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth. Here's Lopez from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's second down. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
They'll set up to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
Tokyo set to go on offense once again. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Off the play fake. Lopez.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Lopez.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
This is fielded at the 27. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
He's got the hook up with Conley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. side here by Jennings. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
2 yards still to go. Third down now.
Now a handoff up the middle. Jennings. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
The decision to go for it doesn't pan out, and as a result, possession switches hands. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized, you know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Lopez. Wide open receiver complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 27 yards there, 1st down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Marsh. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
It's now 3rd and 5.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have had problems getting the running game in gear as we look through some of their attempts from earlier. They have just not been able to match the physicality that this defense has shown, and their lack of success on the ground is a direct reflection of that. This is 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They'll look to throw.
That's caught by Tucker.
Nice, well coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Jennings. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
That's caught by Jennings. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. He's back to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with a little gain.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time, because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So for Tokyo,
they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Portland, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.